Hello, inflatable fans, I hope you're all well. I'm down by Woodlesford Lock. I'm out with the machine and we're doing a little bit of a trial today. We're doing a little bit of prep work for a big paddle we've got planned next year. We're taking our boats out, laden up, and we're doing a bit of portage practice with weighty stuff in our boats. We've both got trolley wheels, dolly wheels, whatever you want to call them, to portage with. Let's get set up. We're all loaded up. So just to show you what I'm doing today as part of my test. So Raf's got quite a bit of weight on his boat. He's actually got what he's planning on taking on this trip. He doesn't know whether he's going to be using this boat yet or something else, but this is to say it's just a test run today. For me, in terms of weight, so on the front here I've got two, I know that says 8 kilo, but they've got an extra kilo attached, so there's two 9 kilo kettlebells, and then on the back there in this dry bag there is a 15 kilo bag of cat litter. And that's just to represent, you know, basically tent weight, that kind of stuff, camping weight. And then there's my new wheels. If you're interested in wheels, I'll put a link to them in the description and so on, and in my Amazon shop list. I picked those because I thought they'd probably suit the types of boat that I'm going to use them for. Oh yeah, got one of the time for that time of year for crazy hats. Are you ready? Oh God, look, it looks like a... Oh well, we won't go down that path. Right, okay, let's get these on the water. Alright, so we've just walked from there to here. Wheels have done really well, quite impressed with those. What I would do, first lesson learned, is any extra weight that I've got on the front, I would move to the back of the boat before I carry it, because that was hard work with that weight on the front. So next portage that we do, I'm going to move the weight to the back. But now the job, as Raf is doing, is to get into the water. But that means for me, probably taking everything off the boat and putting it back on in the water. The machine's in. We've got everything, excuse me, back on the boat. Those kettlebells, weird idea. They do represent an unstable weight, which is probably not a bad thing to test, but yeah. Just an interesting point to do with this Aquatec Ottawa. What I noticed when I was putting the boat in the water is that made it very top heavy, and this is why I know for this trip that we're doing, this kind of boat won't be any good. I want to be able to put stuff inside the boat so it's lower the centre of gravity. So it's going to be an interesting experience paddling this today. I did that very gingerly. It's a bit of a misty, murky morning for this one. But what I've been planning to do in prep for this one next year is to do some paddles in really bad weather, because we're not going to be able to predict what the weather's going to be like. That boat there is just sorting his bilge out, hence the background noise. What I would say about this Ottawa is, even with all this weight in, it's still moving nicely. A couple of swans up ahead. And ducks, a couple of ducks. I think we'll give them a wide berth. I'll go and tuck in behind Raf, I think. We've got a few fishermen knocking around. Good morning. Talking to swans. Always be nice to the swans. Quick tip for this Ottawa. If you saw my last videos with Grandad on the Ure and the Nid, you'll have seen I was in the pack raft and I used one of these yoga blocks in the pack raft just to create a bit of a flat footrest. This boat tends to need the same, and you know what, this is the first time I've tried it in this and it works nicely. It's about, I don't know, it's not far to the next lock actually, only about half a mile if that, maybe a bit more. There are some lovely liverboards down here on this stretch of the water. I wonder if they've got enough firewood. I think it's just the design of the boat, to be honest, but it looks impressive. I have been on this stretch of water before with Mr. 80 quid, and I did think it did offer some nice opportunities for some camping, both sides. I just kind of really need to have a look on Google Maps and see what the land's like, really. Anyway, roughly centre screen, I can see the light on the lock. There we go, we're almost at the lock, and this is where we're going to do another portage. Let's go as close as we can to the lock, Raph. It's less distance to carry everything. A lot of weed, isn't there? Bit higher, this one, so this is going to be fun. This is why we wanted to do this today, to kind of test out what things are going to be like. I'm just looking for a bit with no nails. I don't think any of it's got nails in, to be fair, but I'm actually not really looking for that. I'm looking for one of the mooring pins, and there's one coming up. This one will do, just so I can throw my paddle around it. Just had first mishap, the wheels popped off. So Raph run over quick and grabbed the boat so that the skeg didn't snap. It looks all right, and I've reattached the wheels further down. Learning curve, learning curve. It's all about the learning curve. Right, here we go again. I know there's quite a few time lapses in here. Kind of just don't want to bore you with how slow and laborious this process is, but it's, for us, it's all about the practice of doing this, using the wheels, doing the portage with weight. Almost graceful, and that wasn't too painful. Come on, and off we go again. Now what I would say about this one is, you can probably tell by the state of my hands, bit of a mucky one, this one, because it's so damp and dreary today. So paddles filthy, everything's just getting dirty. But this is all part of it, part of the prep when you're doing something a bit bigger. So we've got a runoff there. I'm guessing that flows into the air, because this is a cut for the air and colder. I think this is the navigation. Look at Raph testing the tippiness of his craft. So we're not going to paddle far down here. We're just going to go for a little bit, then turn around and do that whole lock thing again. Like I say, all about the practice. Have we had enough practice yet? No. No, you can never have enough. So I've never been on this stretch before, so there is something nice about today in terms of having a look somewhere new. Although granted, can't exactly show you a lot. There is, however, a couple of bridges coming up. And we all love a good bridge, don't we? There we go, through the tie grips that are on the kettlebells, you can see an interesting bridge. On the on-side there's still quite a bit of duckweed. Unfortunately, there's quite a bit of litter in it as well, which is unfortunate. And actually up ahead, underneath these bridges, there's quite a bit of duckweed too. It's just because this stretch isn't particularly fast moving, so it kind of gathers in the warmer months. Now there's a sign up there that doesn't make any sense. Bridge 78, concrete. Do you know what? Bloody hell. It is concrete. I thought it was iron. It's so like the iron bridges you normally get, and because there's an iron strut across the top. Alright, it's a concrete bridge. Yeah, I've got the hat in elephant mode. See what I mean about the duckweed? And then there's a road bridge and a rail bridge just beyond that. This looks like a motorway bridge. Certainly an A road, don't know which one. If I had taken the time to look it up, I'll put it on the screen up there, eh? Because I'm good like that. Oh, that was supposed to be an elephant. Don't come to me for impressions. Horrible, isn't it, Ra? What? You've never seen a guy in an elephant out drink coffee out of a flask? Go on, get on with it. Do you know, even with all this weight in, if I do some strong draws on the paddles, this boat is still moving at a good pace. I'm not paddling fast, I'm just pulling strong. You know what, looking at the size of that, could be a motorway. Oh! Look at the signs, Cal. M1 motorway bridge. Yeah, big bugger this one. We're probably going to turn around here anyway and do that head back practice with the portage thing. Do you know what? Sometimes when I'm in a boat and I look up, oh god, I get really bad vertigo. I am here. If I look up, I don't know why today, but if I look up there now, oh god, it's giving me the willies. It's really weird. Do you ever get anything like that, Ralph? It's just me. Oh god, I don't know why. I tell you what I think it is. Just before that happened, I was just thinking the amount of weight above us. I think I've just unnerved myself. You know how psychologically you can do stuff like that? I think I'm just giving myself the willies. Oh Christ. Anyway, talking of willies, it looks like there's a load in the water. Oh no, they're lilies, aren't they? Lilies, not the... I think I made that mistake in a video before. You might recall it. I'm not going to go all the way down. It's a bit pointless, really. Also, I'm just wading through willies. I'm intrigued. There's something yellow in there. I want to go and have a look, see what it is. It's just a bit of foam. It is a bugger, isn't it? When you look round, there's just so much litter in the water. I mean, if I just move around here, look at that up there. If I had a bin liner with me, I'd do a bit of a clear up. I didn't notice when we were underneath how far that goes over yonder there. It's a bloody big bridge, is this? I don't just mean width-wise, I mean length. Oh, still got it. Still got the vertigo. Weird. Weird, I tell you. First boat we've seen on the water today, apart from us, of course. Morning. What the heck is that? It's a bloody gas canister of some thought. Nitrous oxide. It's fucking laughing gas. Food grade laughing gas. Yeah, I'm not comfortable leaving that in the water, but also I'm also not comfortable carrying it either. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think I'm going to leave it on the bank. As I say, I don't know why I'm not comfortable with it in the boat. There's just some things that make you feel a bit jittery, aren't there? And yeah. Okay, so we're back at this lock again. The interesting one with the, oh God, it's a deeper drop at the far side. That's going to be fun. I think the lights are stuck on amber. Unlike Johnny Depp. And skull in. Oh. Come back, boat, you bugger. It's drifting off. Graceful as ever. Ralph's making it look graceful as well. So this is more a note for me, but it might be useful for you. So what I've done is, so this is the back of the boat, and so this strap that's holding the portage wheels on, I've actually gone at an angle and I'm pulling against that, so it's pulling that in, because when the wheels slipped off, the strap was just directly over here and it slid to the back of the craft. So that's just to add a bit more. So it's double strap, there's one strap there, and then this one at an angle that are holding the wheels actually more in place. Lessons learned, lessons learned. Right, we're going to make this, apart from where we get out, but this is going to be our last drop in at this one. We've kind of learned quite a bit just in, whoa, whoa, we've learned a lot.
Yeah. Does it, till it goes in, that's very unstable.
It's the flat of the boat, yeah. And it's, it's all about the learning, it's all about the learning. Thankfully I haven't done that yet. I did think that I might have done tipped it with that being on the top of the craft. However, what I have learned is, because this has such a flat base, if I keep it flat while I lower it in the water, then it's a bit more doable. And I think what I'll do this time is, I'll set the camera up so I can show you that. So I've done something a bit different again. Are you ready? As I say, this was all about trying things out. So this time, without lashing the wheels to the boat, it's gone under the bungee net. And that's all right as well. Although it is a bit obstructive in terms of view for you. Although I might be able to frame things nice, like there, framed raft nice there through the through the wheels. But again, as I say, this trip is a prep and learning one. It also means I've got all the weight, the additional weight, at the back of the craft behind me. So those two kettlebells directly behind me. And then that 30 kilo, 15 kilo bag of cat litter, that's also still where it was initially. On the front of the boat, it isn't out of the water enough to cause any concern. As you can see, it is still tracking wonderfully, as this boat tends to do. Right, we're almost back at base. You know what to do if you like what I'm doing on this channel, in terms of liking and subscribing. And if there isn't too much weed at the far end, I'm actually going to do a stability test with this Ottawa. And I'm going to see how easy it is to re-enter it on the water. That's the plan. So the next video after this might be that. In the meantime, check out that spectacular wide beam. I do like the wide beams. I like the name of that one. Fear Naught. Are you catching?
Yeah, plenty.
By hell, that seems to be a common word down here today. Are they big uns or little uns?
Up to about 3/4 of a pound.
Almost edible. Good stuff. That's another beauty, isn't it? Tinkerbell it's called. The ducks are laughing at me. Anyway, we're back at base, so it does look like my next video will be a kind of stability re-entry, capsize re-entry video for this boat. It's nice to finish off on a low one. Really enjoyed that today. It's been a good test of what these wheels can do. I have screwed up a couple of times and the wheels have slid about, so I've learned some lessons there. I do think for this jaunt that we're going to do, I do want a boat where I can put everything in the boat, not sort of like stacked on top of it. Not that this was unstable, I just feel like that would be the better option in terms of centre of gravity wise and so on. I've done the stability test with the Ottawa and the getting in. I'll just give you a quick. That'll be in the next video. Still loving this so much. Still glad I kept that and got rid of the story. And in that story video, in that video where I talked about that and I said about the pack down size, you know, this does pack down so much smaller. I didn't realise it until this morning, until I was getting it back out again. I thought, yeah, this is a considerably smaller. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself. Cheerio.